Hey parents, before we jump in, I want to invite you to something happening right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. If you're a parent, we are hosting a night at Brasshorn Coffee Roasters on May the 21st to help you better understand your child's heart and how to respond when feelings show up, especially as the summer approaches. I'm going to be there, Dr. Chip Dodd is going to be there, and our team from the Voice of the Heart Center will be there. I would love to meet you, and you can find all the details in the show notes of this podcast. Now roll the music. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Alex Currington coming to you from the Voice of the Heart Center. Welcome to the How Are You Feeling Today podcast, a podcast for kids and parents who have feelings. I'm really glad you're joining me today. Let's start with a feelings check-in. We'll start with the question that we lead off with in every episode. How are you feeling today? Not what were you feeling yesterday or what would you think you might feel tomorrow, but what are you feeling in this moment right here, right now? Take just a moment, look into your heart, and answer the question. Am I feeling anger, fear, hurt, sad, lonely, shame, guilt, or glad? If you have someone in the room with you that you can share it with, look at them and name all the feelings that you have right now. If you're listening to this by yourself, think for a moment, who could I share this with today? The fog was clearing one morning when all of the animals started to show up at the gathering pool. First to arrive was, of course, Mac, the turtle. Mac was always the first to arrive because he lived in the pool. Mac was a steady presence in the gathering pool and was important to the life that happened there. Even as night drew near, Mac would often long for the mornings when he would awaken at the gathering pool, knowing that his friends would soon arrive. Next to arrive was Ellie, the toucan. She would fly in with her beautiful beak, knowing that she is now safe to tell the truth about her heart. Liam came next, but Liam would come slowly to the pool. He could only move a little bit at a time. He would often get distracted by flies that went by, and he would stop for a little breakfast on his way to the pool. Kai would soon arrive too, usually standing tall and confident. He would sometimes pounce near the pool to surprise his friends who were already there. Theo would fly in gracefully, and after seeing his friends gathering together, the snake would wind her way to the pool at some point in the day. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, but it would always arrive with a welcoming hiss. The last to arrive, always, was Asher, the monkey. The monkey would swing in from a vine and plop down near the edge of the pool, often landing close enough to cause a small splash in the water. One day, while the friends were gathered together at the pool, a leopard walked fiercely to the edge of the pool. Mac tensed up and moved back into his shell. This leopard was known in the jungle for being scary and uncooperative. The leopard did not arrive quietly. His paws stepped heavily against the stones at the edge of the pool. His golden eyes scanned from animal to animal. He looked at Theo, Liam, Ellie, Mac, the snake, and then finally his gaze rested on Kai. He then opened his mouth and spoke loudly. "My name is Ben. I've decided that this pool belongs to me now." The jungle grew still. Mac slipped fully into his shell. Liam's skin quickly shifted from green to brown to blend in with the trees behind him. The snake lowered her head and slid quietly away from the pool. Ellie's wings pressed tight against her body. Asher climbed quickly up a vine and sat at the top of the tree, watching what would happen next. Kai did not move at first. Kai felt the heat rise in his chest. The gathering pool mattered. His friends mattered. Something inside him said, "No." Kai felt anger. Theo lifted his wings slightly, not to fly, but to stay steady. He noticed the way his friends responded to Ben and knew that the pool mattered to all of them. Ben lowered his head back towards the water and took a long drink. "You can all find somewhere else to go," he said. Kai stood up slowly, knowing that the gathering pool mattered more to him than the fear he had of Ben. His muscles tightened, but not to attack Ben. They tightened to hold his ground. The others stayed where they were, not because they were not afraid, but because they trusted Kai. Kai confidently moved toward Ben. "This place matters," Kai said. "It belongs to all of us." The leopard narrowed his eyes on Kai. "A leopard cannot change his spots," he said. "It's time for you and your friends to leave." Kai stood firm and planted where he stood. Kai felt anger because he knew that the gathering pool mattered to him and the rest of his friends. "You don't have to change your spots," Kai said, "but you cannot take what isn't yours." Ben studied Kai for a long moment. Then he stepped back from the water and said, "You really care about this place, don't you?" "I do," said Kai. "We do," said Theo. Ben flicked his tail. "Keep it then." And with these words, the leopard turned and ran off into the tall grass. Theo flew to the top of the trees and watched as Ben ran away from the gathering pool. Theo watched closely as he got further and further away and then rejoined his friends back by the pool. Theo said, "He's gone now." Mac began to slowly come out of his shell and said, "Kai, thank you for standing up for what matters to us. Thank you for protecting this place." With that, each of the animals came back to the gathering pool to spend the rest of the day together. Mac went back to floating gently in the water again. Asher climbed down from the vine and splashed his hands back in the pool. Liam shifted into green, the shade of the leaves, and Theo stretched his wings wide. Kai laid down near the edge of the pool. By the end of the day, the jungle had returned to its rhythm. The pool did not belong to the loudest voice, it belonged to those who cared and would dare to show up. The jungle sounded the same as always, water moving, birds chirping, leaves rustling, but something important had changed. The gathering pool and the jungle felt safer. Anger is a feeling that tells us we care about something a lot, or we really want something to be different. Anger is energy that can be used in the right way to make things better, even though it might be hard. You feel angry when a difficult project fails, when you lose a race, you see someone treated unfairly, you study hard because you really want to learn. Sometimes when you feel angry, you might use words that you regret. You might stay brave, invite someone who's being left out to join your group, refuse to participate, try to fix the problem, or think about what could have happened. When is a time that you felt angry like Kai and Theo in this story? Kids and parents share together about a time you felt anger. This would be a time that you really wanted something to be different, and it wasn't. It can be a time that you stood up for something that mattered to you, even though it was hard to do. If you would like, pause this podcast and share with each other. Anger is your heart saying, "This really matters." When we feel angry, we can find support to do the things that help us stand up for what matters to us. Let's play Stand Tall or Name It. In this game, I'm going to describe a situation to you. If anger would help you protect something or stand up for something that matters to you, stand up tall like Kai did in today's episode. If there's not anger, say, "Name it," and name what other feeling it is. Game on. All right, the first situation. Someone is being bullied on the playground. Stand tall or name it. For me, this is a stand tall moment. Someone's safety matters. Anger can help us say, "Stop. That's not okay." Next up, your friend accidentally bumps into you while they're running. Stand tall or name it. On this one, I'm going to go with name it. It was an accident, but you may still need to let them know that you feel hurt, sad, or maybe lonely that they didn't notice you. All right, someone grabs something you brought and says, "This is mine now." Stand tall or name it. This is a stand tall moment. Just like Kai said to Ben, you don't have to change your spots, but you cannot take what isn't yours. Anger helps us protect what matters to us. Your sibling eats the last cookie without asking. Stand tall or name it. For me, this is a name it moment. You may feel hurt, fear that you won't get a cookie for yourself, or lonely that you weren't thought of. You may need to step back and say, "I wish you would have asked." Okay, here's the last one. Someone you care about keeps looking at their phone or at the TV instead of noticing you. Stand tall or name it. This is a stand tall. The need to belong and matter is really important. Your anger for being seen can help you say, "I feel hurt," when you look at the TV or at your phone instead of being with me. I really need to be with you. We're looking at anger in a whole new way. Anger's not about being loud, hurting someone, or winning. Anger is the feeling that helps you stand up for things that are important to you. When you're angry, you can use the energy you have to keep trying. You can take time to learn about the reason you're angry. You can find a quiet place to think until you feel calm. You can talk to someone you love about what you're feeling. You can decide if there's something you can do to make the situation better next time. Or you could ask for help so you can accomplish what you want to do. And always tell God about your anger and thank Him for being with you. Okay, before we go, here's one more thing we can do together today. Find a quiet moment to sit down with someone you love and draw a picture of a time you felt angry. You don't have to explain it all, just draw. Then, if you want, take turns sharing your pictures. If you want to share it with me, you can email it to me at alex@vothcenter.com. That's alex@vothcenter.com. All that information will be written for you in the show notes of this podcast. You might be surprised at how much it helps to tell the truth when you feel anger. Telling the truth will help you pursue and spend time on the things that matter most to you. This has been the How Are You Feeling Today podcast, a podcast for kids and parents who have feelings. Thank you for sharing your heart, and until next time, keep heart.